Welcome to New Zealand Rugby, where sportsmanship, strength, and Kiwi pride come together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss the top plays and the latest hot news from the field. Why Clive Woodward's support for Andy Farrell as Lions head coach makes perfect sense. I fully support Sir Clive Woodward's endorsement of Andy Farrell as the next head coach of the British and Irish Lions. Farrell has already proven himself through his outstanding leadership of the Ireland national team, achieving remarkable success in recent years. With his experience, discipline, and sharp tactical vision, he is clearly the right person to lead the Lions on what will be a hugely challenging tour to New Zealand. In the world of international rugby, few teams carry the prestige and legacy of the British-Irish Lions. More than just a combination of elite players from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, the Lions represent something greater, the symbol of sporting unity, of storied tours, and of cross-border camaraderie. That's why every Lions tour is not just a series of matches, it's the continuation of a legacy driven by pride, ambition, and the hopes of rugby fans across the globe. Within this rich tapestry, Andy Farrell has emerged this year as a fitting figure to lead the next chapter of this epic. Reading Woodward's reflections on the current tour in Australia, especially from someone who has himself sat in the Lions' hot seat, was deeply moving. It's not only that the Lions are now on the brink of a historic 3-0 series whitewash, but also that Woodward's words clearly recognise Farrell's talent, resolve, and deep-rooted coaching philosophy. What stood out for me most was the historical context Woodward provided. The Lions haven't won a series 3-0 against Australia since 1904. The last time they went unbeaten on an entire tour was in 1927, nearly a century ago. These stats are more than just trivia, they signal that we are standing at the edge of a truly historic moment. For anyone who understands and loves the game, history is not just memory, it's inspiration, belief, and the highest goal every player and coach dreams of reaching. Farrell understands this deeply, and more importantly, he has passed that understanding onto his team. With the Lions now 2-0 up in the series, many might have expected Farrell to rotate his squad in the third test, rest key players, try new tactics, or simply manage the load. But instead, he stayed the course, sticking with a settled lineup and treating the final test like it was the only one. That decision speaks volumes about his seriousness, his belief, and his refusal to back down from a challenge. These are the qualities that build great teams. What I admire most is Farrell's balance between consistency and adaptability. His decision to make only 2 changes, both due to injury, James Ryan and Blair Kinghan, shows a clear strategic mindset. He hasn't allowed emotion or temptation to distract him from the bigger picture, delivering a flawless, historic victory. That goal takes on even more meaning when you consider that such clean sweeps have never been achieved in the professional era. If the Lions manage it, it won't just be a series win, it'll be a defining moment in the team's history. I was especially impressed by the mental toughness the Lions showed in the second test. Trailing by 18 points, the margin that would break most teams, they fought back and came out on top. That kind of performance isn't just about tactics, it's about grit, belief, and unity. Once again, Farrell's influence was unmistakable, quietly powerful, igniting fire in the hearts of his players. He coaches not just with his mind, but with his heart. I believe this tour will mark a turning point in Andy Farrell's career. While his achievements with Ireland have already placed him among the top coaches in the game, what he's doing now in Australia elevates him to the realm of rugby's true greats. It's not just about technical excellence. Farrell shows long-term vision, outstanding man management skills, and a rare ability to keep players focused and motivated week after week. Woodward's endorsement of Farrell as the man to lead the Lions to New Zealand in 2029 is the clearest proof of the respect Farrell has earned. And I completely agree. With his current contract keeping him at the helm of Ireland until the 2027 World Cup, Farrell will continue to grow, refine his coaching identity, and arrive at the next Lions tour even more prepared for the ultimate test. One thing I especially admire is how Farrell respects the Lions jersey. He hasn't treated it as an experimental playground. He understands that a Lions test cap is something sacred, the product of hard work and high standards. By resisting the urge to hand them out easily, he honors the traditions and values that define this team. Farrell's professionalism, clarity, and care for the legacy of the Lions not only impress rugby experts, but also give supporters a deep sense of pride and confidence. As a long-time fan of the game, I feel genuinely inspired by the journey Farrell and his squad are taking us on. Their success isn't luck, it's built on relentless effort, unshakable belief, and a bond that's impossible to break. Finally, like Woodward, I hold on to the hope that the Lions will not just perform well in the final test, but win convincingly and write a new golden chapter. If they do, it will be more than just a victory for Farrell and his team. It will be a triumph for tradition, for resilience, and for the limitless potential that sport brings to life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the New Zealand Rugby channel so you won't miss any top matches or the latest news. Catch you later.